Hi! So today we have another loyal lookbook video, but this time we aren't doing a specific look. Instead, we are doing a specific look on freckles. And we will be doing both Carina and Antonina today, and we have this freckle pen that we purchased, and it actually works really well. There's so many different brands of freckle pens you can buy online. We're in stores, but this freckle pen we found works really well. It has a bunch of different shades, and not only do we use this for freckles, but we also use it for fake beauty marks whenever we need. So if you want to, apply a beauty mark, we use this. So Carina and Antonina both have a base of varying degrees on. Carina has some concealer, blush, a mascara and lip gloss on, while Antonina just has some blush. So we're going to be showing how it looks like. With Antonina, we are doing more of a more densely populated freckle look with using 02 in this set, which is a darker color, and it's just a really sweet look for her. It just really accentuates her youthful face. And with Carina, we're going to be using a lighter color 01, and we are going to be spreading out the freckles more around her face so that they're not as densely populated but still have that nice freckle look. Okay, so first we're going to be starting off with Antonina, who is a little bit younger, so we're going to be doing a really cute little more freckle look. And because Antonina has a slightly darker complexion than Carina, we're going to be using this freckle pen in the color 02. There's 4 of them in here for different things. And these freckle pens also do not necessarily have to be used for freckles. We have used them to give Carina and Antonina birthmarks when they need them. So it doesn't necessarily have to be used for freckles. So the first thing is open up the pen, obviously. And what you're going to do, depending on how many freckles and how densely populated you want your freckles to be, all you're going to do is just dot it on the skin, like so, and then just dab it with your finger so that it blends in better. So this is the completed look of Antonina. We went for a more closely populated freckles look, and it just looks really cute and sweet on her, and we love that. So next for Carina, we saw Antonina had a little bit of she was using a darker pen color, and she had more densely populated freckles. For Carina, we're going to be using a lighter color, also because she has a fairer complexion, and we're going to be not adding as many freckles to her face. So one tip I like to use for when I'm doing freckles is I first like to use the gentler side of the freckle pen, and I don't like to put the whole tip right directly onto it. I like to go on the corner, just so that, because freckles are generally not super big, natural ones, so you don't want to have big blotches on your face. So that's why I like to use the corner of the pen so that it doesn't create a big blotch. Another tip is I also like to, as I mentioned with Antonina, I like to blend it out every so often so that it doesn't look super big, super strong, especially when I'm using a darker color. So those are just a few tips I have. And then I like to apply them obviously in random patterns, because when you do have freckles, natural freckles, they're not going to be in perfect place positions. So that's why I just like to go randomly all over her face and just blend it out with my finger every so often, just so it looks more natural, because that's the main look, is people want to have a natural look, like they have natural freckles. They don't want to have unnatural looking freckles. So those are just a few of my tips when doing freckles. So this is Carina's freckles, and as you can see, they're a lot lighter than Antonina's because she has a fairer complexion and we used a lighter pen color. So another thing is we spread them out more, thank you. And we spread out the freckles more so they weren't as densely populated, so it has a different look. So this is the final look of Carina with these freckles. So another bonus we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving Carina a little beauty mark. Now, You can give yourself beauty marks wherever you want, but we're using the 2 of the darker colors because beauty marks are always darker than freckles generally. So we're taking 03, the shade 03, and we're just gonna put on a beauty mark right here, kind of like Marilyn Monroe, I think. So we're gonna just put one right here. And you can go over it with the darker color if you want it to be darker. But as you can see, it gives the illusion that Carina has a beauty mark there. So you just take one of the darker colors, whichever is more suited to your skin tone, and you just dot it however you would like on, just to create that.
Wherever you want, pretty much.
Yeah. So we hope that you like those 2 looks. Antonina had a more densely populated freckles look, while Carina had a more spread out freckles look. We also hope you like that bonus on how to do beauty marks. Overall, using freckle pens are really easy. They just require a little bit of practice when you want to get like the technique of just going really fast and dotting all over the face, just so it creates more of a natural look. And yeah, this is just a super fun way to create just another way to highlight your face with, if you want to ever use those looks with freckles. There's so many popular looks, especially in the summertime or wherever, where it just has adorable little freckles. So if you were wondering how to do that, we hope this video helped. We hope that you liked it, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye!